It's early morning at Queen Victoria Market in inner city Melbourne, and fruit seller Rosa Ansaldo would usually be run off her feet.
It's very, very quiet at the moment. I've never seen it this quiet in my 35 years of being here. It's quite sad.
When we first met Rosa in June, business was tough, but nothing like it is now.
Last time we were treading water, but this time I feel we're really drowning. I would say we were about 40 to 50% down from last time. The 5 kilometre radius has totally killed our business, totally.
Queen Victoria Market has been attracting residents and tourists for the past 140 years. The sellers are a resilient bunch. Many, like Rosa, have now turned to home deliveries to make it through Melbourne's lockdown.
It's a lot of hard work, a lot of hours and no rewards at the minute.
But as today's Australian Bureau of Statistics figures show, it's no wonder many businesses are in trouble, with household consumption down 12.1% in the June quarter.
What concerns me is that these people might break their habits and not come back, and that scares the living gajeebies out of me.
7:30 also met restaurant owner Glenn Day back in June.
My businesses are pancakes and Mexican restaurants. Anyone who wakes up in the morning and says, I feel like a pancake, if they've lived on the Gold Coast, they immediately think a pancake's in paradise.
Since then, his business has continued to struggle.
I'd estimate since the start of COVID, we would be probably 1.6 million down in cash flow over the 5 restaurants. It's a tough battle.
Glenn says the border issues between Queensland and New South Wales have made him feel like there's no end in sight.
I've got 2 restaurants in Coolangatta. They're right on the border, and we have problems with the New South Wales people trying to come across for a cup of coffee and a bit of shopping. They're not going to get a border pass just to do that because it's too much of a hassle.
While JobKeeper has been a lifeline for him, he worries about what's next, particularly when rent relief ends.
If we didn't have JobKeeper right now, we wouldn't be able to operate. We'd just be getting deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into debt. Everyone is worried about the big end of September because a lot of things are going to stop. The landlords are going to want their rent. The banks are going to want their loans to start being repaid. But at the time that was made, we all thought that COVID would only go on for a month.
Well, today's news that GDP fell 7% in the June quarter puts an exclamation mark on this recession. Economists knew it would be bad, but the number 7 is a shock. It's more depression than recession, and Victoria's second lockdown should extend it to 3 quarters, not 2. But I suspect the people we spoke to earlier in the year who've been grinding through 6 months of cutting costs and trying to survive are not shocked at all. People like Wendy Mann. When 7:30 last caught up with Chief Pilot Wendy Mann in Geraldton, Western Australia, she was on edge about how the business would survive the next 18 months.
We've sold 2 aeroplanes which were underperforming assets. We've also sold one of our hangars, and so that has helped us. But we're still maintaining, strict control on overheads and our expenses to make sure that we can sustain this period, because we just don't know when it's going to end.
The 74-year-old grandmother of 6 learned to fly planes in her early 30s. After building a successful family-run company that relied heavily on international customers, she says the border closures have decimated her business.
Normally on a Monday morning we'd be welcoming about 40 Chinese people all excitedly getting onto the aeroplane to go to the Pink Lake. And as our major market was Chinese tourism, that's what we'd concentrated and worked on. But that's just not happening now. And it's just left a huge deficit within our business.
While people within Western Australia are travelling domestically, Wendy says she's noticed a shift in spending habits.
I think everyone's being very cautious. They're not spending a lot of money on organised tours as far as I can see. I hope that when the ABC comes back to visit me next time, that we'll have 3 or 4 planes taxiing out full of people going to see the Pink Lake or the Abrolhos Islands, and that I'm having to call in my casual pilots every day of the week, and that we're all busy again.
Back in Melbourne, Rosa is staying positive and hopes to see her customers once lockdown is over.
I'd love to say, please come to the market. It's an open-air venue. It's the freshest place to buy all your produce. Keep your family healthy, and we'll all get through this together. 35's change. Thank you, darling.
Hi, I'm Lee Sales. Thanks for watching this story. If you'd like to watch more of 7:30's stories, they are on the left of your screen. And tap on the button below to subscribe and get the latest from ABC News.